So what is reading? Reading is number one, it's important. It's very important to be able to read. If you can't read, you're not going to be able to find what you need. Reading is fun. And more importantly, after that, reading is exciting. Whenever you read something, it opens your mind up to a different world that you never knew existed before. That's kind of what words are. Remember, every word is a thought, and every thought turns into an action. So before you do something, before I move my arm, before you get out of bed, before you put your shirt on, you think about it first. These are words turned into thoughts, basically. Is everybody with me? I don't want to confuse y'all. All right. Next slide. So now we're going to define what reading. So this is the process of looking at and understanding written or printed language. Being able to look at that, Russell's leading room, if you're reading Spanish, any type of different language. This is a quote from Malcolm X about reading. He says, "My alma mater was books, a good library." And this is kind of when he was in prison. I always say, eventually you're going to have to learn how to read. You're going to have to become an efficient reader. You're going to have to get good at reading. You can do it here, right now, while you're young. And, Malcolm X had to do it in prison. You don't want to do it there. Right. So, yeah. Now, the benefits of reading. So, it improves your vocabulary. Vocabulary is a list or collection of words to find or explain. If my son was here, I'm sure Sam can attest to this. I'm a king roaster. I got good at roasting people by reading the dictionary. You understand what I'm saying? So, because I know a lot of words, so you can't really talk about me. So, also improves your imagination. Your imagination is the ability to form a picture in the mind's eye of something that doesn't exist. So, to be able to create something, to think creatively, you have to use your imagination to be able to get yourself out of problems and handle situations. It goes to my third point. It improves your critical thinking. This is probably the most important part about reading. All of this goes together through your vocabulary, being able to improve your imagination, to think critically. Now you have the ability to evaluate information and be aware of biases, assumptions, including your own. And I'll make sure I touch on some of these words. So having the ability to evaluate information, that's being able to look at something and say, okay, this is fire. This is hot. You're evaluating it. Word, hot. You touch that fire, pain. You understand what I mean? A bias. Does anybody know what a bias is? Great, I'm going to tell you. Bias is kind of your opinion. So you may say, my mother said don't touch that fire, it's hot. But I want to touch it because it looks cool. It looks like it's got lights, it's flickering. I want to touch the fire. But it's still hot though. That's your bias. So you have to be aware of your own opinions towards something and don't let that be the reason that you do something or don't do something that you're supposed to do. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. Excellent. So, what is your favorite book? Dang, y'all went up quick. We're going to start right here. Go down the row. Okay, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. What's yours? Who? Fuzzy. Okay. Okay. We come back to you. Wimpy Kid. What was that? Okay. What's about you? Okay, I like that book. Okay. Well, now you got yours? Okay. What's up? Okay, crossover. What about you? I thought you had your hand up. What about you? Okay. Okay. Anybody? Star Wars. Okay. Okay. Okay, I heard of that one. Okay. 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 All right. All right then. Last one. Okay, I'm glad y'all like reading. That's good. My favorite book, number one book for me, is the Bible and Napoleon Hill's Think Rich, Grow Rich. I mean, those two books changed my life. That was my favorite book.